Hi family, Dee Lackney here. I want to talk to you today about a training that we do, which is called CPI. And what that stands for is Crisis Prevention Intervention. So what the heck is that, right? Well, the best way to describe it is it's a nonviolent crisis intervention training designed to teach best practices for managing difficult situations and disruptive behaviors. So if a child is acting out, what we try to do is talk with them and disengage them from whatever the activity was that was heightening their attitude. And if that doesn't work, we have to remove them from a situation. Then we try to get rid of the audience that's around, because if they don't have an audience, that a lot of times will de-escalate their attitudes. If that doesn't work, the last thing that we want to do is a hold. So we will come alongside them and we will hold them until they calm down. Now, we aren't just doing holds willy-nilly. That is the very last resort that we take, and only the people who are trained through CPI are allowed to do these holds. The reason for that is because we know exactly how to hold a child so that they will not get hurt and we will not get hurt. We do not want the child to feel that they are being manhandled by any extreme. So this is also the holds that they do in school. So what happens, I have a quick little story about a second grader. He was acting out, he was getting violent. So I tried to move him out of the area of where all the other kids were. Finally got him to another section. It was just him and I, and he was fighting and pushing and banging his head into the wall. So I sat him down and I did a CPI hold on him, and he was still thrashing and he was trying to bite me, and I just kept holding him. And finally you feel his little body just let down, and the anger, it literally felt like the anger was just flowing right out of him. Well, the most important thing about CPI is restoration of the relationship. So what happened was we were able to talk afterwards, and then he was able to go off, and he didn't feel like he was manhandled. He didn't feel like he was degraded. He was just calming himself down, and he needed a little help with that. Well, that was nice that we had that relationship at the end, but then you never know what it's going to be like when it comes back. Well, he came back and he comes running in and he saw me and he yells, "Miss D!" and he ran and gave me a big old hug. So CPI worked really, really well, because he knew that behavior, no, we shouldn't act that way, but that doesn't change the way we love him and care about him. So, isn't that what Jesus does for us too? No matter how we act, all we have to do is run back to him and his arms are open wide. And that's what we hope to have at the end of CPI.